Hello everyone and welcome to Mathics. In this video, I will provide two different ways of how we could answer this question. And one reminder, I make similar videos on a regular basis, so please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, the first way here is to write y in terms of x. So this would be 3 over x. And now instead of y, here, we will write 3 over x. So the equation turns into x squared minus 9 over x squared, okay, equals 9. So one thing that we need to be careful, can x be 0? If x is 0, then, well, the approach is not good. But we know that from here, it's impossible because xy is 3, so x is never 0. Okay, for that reason, we could multiply everything. We could multiply everything by x squared. If we do that, we will get rid of, okay, this x here, denominator. Okay, so it would become x to the 4th power minus 9 equals 9x squared. Okay, so here, if we assume that if we decide that x squared, we're going to call it something else. If I decide to call it z, now this would become z. This would become z squared, right? So let's do it. So the equation becomes z squared minus 9 equals 9z, okay? So I think a lot of you know how to continue this equation, because from this equation, we'll find z, okay? So 2 values. And then you would put z here, okay? So you will find x, okay? And then you have x, okay? So then from this, you could find y. And then you could find eventually x plus y. Are we going to do this in this video? No, because it's just long and I know a better solution, a better approach. So that's enough for this approach. You could continue it on your own. We're going to do some other way to continue doing this question. So the better idea is to give powers to both of these. Okay. So in this case, what happens? We will have x squared multiplied by y squared equals 9. Okay. So now let's compare this equation and this equation over here. You see, we have x squared and y squared. So from here, we could give them new names. I'm going to call x squared a, and we're going to call y squared b. So what happens to the equation now? You see, the first equation becomes a minus b equals 9. Okay, and the second one here would become a times b equals 9. Okay, so do you know how to solve this one? Well, to do that, we're going to use this formula. Here we know that a plus b squared minus a minus b squared equals what? If you don't know, you just have to expand both of these, right? So this one will be a2 plus b2 squared plus 2ab. Okay, and the other one as well. Okay, So you just have to expand it if you don't know. So, but why? Because see here, this one will have two ABs. When you expand this one, when you expand this one, will have negative two ABs. And this negative will be applied to this. So 4AB will remain. Okay. So we're going to use this now. Take a look. We have this one, A minus B is 9, right? And AB is also 9. So the equation becomes like this. A plus B squared, okay, minus 9 squared equals 4 times 9, right? So A plus B becomes, I'm going to go straight, the square root of, okay, 81 plus 36, right? Which will be square root of 117. Now one thing, okay, we need to decide, is this the answer or positive and negative form is the answer? We need to decide this. You see, from here we know that A is definitely a positive value, B is definitely a positive value. So A plus B is definitely a positive value. So we could get rid of the negative at this point. So this is A plus B. Now, see, we just need to use this equation and this equation to find A and B. Okay, I'm going to add the two equations together. Okay, so if I add these two, okay, this B will go with this B. So we will have 2A would be this 9 plus this. Okay, 9 plus the square root of 117. So we got 2A. I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to drag this 2 and put it here. So we got this A. And now we also need B. Okay. So from this equation again, B would be A minus 9. So I'm going to apply this. Put A in this equation. So it would become, let me just change color. So B would become A minus 9. Okay. And if we apply it, it's going to be negative 18. So it would become negative 9 plus square root of 117 over 2. Okay. So we have B and we have A. Okay. So now we just need X and we just need Y. Okay. So from here, let's just write them here. From this one, we'll have X would be the square root of this. X will be 9 plus square root of 117 over 2. And then a square root of this. Okay. So Y would also be the same thing, but negative 9. So I have to go up myself. So here, okay, this would also be the value of Y. But one thing, we just need to check. Is it like X and Y are both positive or could they be negative as well? Okay, so from here, we know that X could be, if X is positive, Y is positive. If X is negative, Y is also negative because X times Y is 3. So in this case, I'm gonna keep all positive and negative. So because both of them are positive. Okay, and Y is also positive and negative. But when we are trying to find X plus Y, okay? We just need to just write the positive ones or negative ones. So I'm gonna go here, put myself here and write the final answer over here. It's gonna be this one plus this one. So x plus y would be, okay, 9 plus square root of 117 over 2. Okay, plus the other one, which is -9 plus 117, again over 2. Okay, but remember, this case is positive plus positive. There was one other case that could be also negative and negative. For that reason, I'll write the final answer this way. I will put here and also positive and negative here. It could be positive or it could be negative. Can we expand this and make it more simplified? The answer is yes, but I'm gonna leave it at this point here. So let me highlight the final answer. So if you find this video useful, I hope you found this video useful.